'Cause I'm proud of these eyes, 'cause they see me through some hot shit. Proud of those nights when I didn't think I'd make it. Ooh, even when they feel heavy, I'm proud of every part of me.
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how you can produce a song like Taylor Swift, specifically like the Evermore Folklore version of Taylor. So really folksy, lots of guitars, acoustic percussion, stuff like that. So I actually have a song here. It's called Proud. It is from my own EP, 2016. Check it out on all platforms. I'm definitely much more of a pop R&B singer than Taylor. But other than the vocal style, I feel like the songwriting and the track are very, very much that kind of thing. Now, I'm going to be giving you guys kind of a general overview of the production. I won't delve too much into the writing, just kind of show the song, really. But if you would like, I'm actually going to be putting out a longer version of this video on my Gumroad channel, which is linked down below. So you can buy this video for a small fee. It's going to be a much more detailed version of how I produce this. I'll go kind of like deeper into the plugins I used. I'll talk about the songwriting and just generally give you guys a deeper look into it. But for now, let's just get straight to the overview of Proud. All right, so you guys already heard a little bit of a preview when this video started. You kind of know what the vibe of the song is. It's very guitar heavy, and I'm gonna go through section by section and show you guys what is in there. But first, I kind of just wanted to show you where the song came from, because this was written by me, by myself, on guitar. Like literally, I just played acoustic guitar, wrote lyrics, wrote melodies. It's one of those like very old school songs. It was not written to a track. And I would probably wager to say most songs in this genre are going to be written just like that, like this old school Nashville style. So yeah, this is the voice note of when I first wrote the song like a year ago.
And I'm proud of these eyes, 'cause they've seen me through some hard shit. Proud of these nights when I didn't
Messing
think
up
I'd
guitar.
make it. Ooh, the world is so heavy, but I'm so fucking proud of me. Proud of this heart when it's scared of.
Yeah, you can see like I didn't even have all the lyrics. Like I had like kind of placeholder lyrics in there. So, but I liked the vibe and I recorded this little voice note. So, you know, when you're starting from that, the first thing you probably want to do is capture the guitar well. So that was the first place that I went when I started like actually producing this. I just played this part. I've had people ask me about this before. You definitely do not copy things on the same track, right? Like they're not copies. They're two parts that I've played the same part, but they're two different takes and they're spread left and right to make it sound bigger and better. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Like if you listen to the left and right, they're different. But they're tight. They're definitely edited. You know, I went through and you could see I've already consolidated this before. But if you look at every hit, they're very much on the grid. You know, you can use a little bit of variation. I'm just not a very strong guitar player, to be honest. So I need to be edited like this. I also have some additional riffs that I played. Yeah, it sounds a little bit like this note solo. It's like, but you can't tell that at all with this part going on. So yeah, the first thing I just did is basically do-do-do-da, that picking part. I got that down. As you can see, it pretty much goes through the whole song. There's a few chord variations like this. So, you know, I punched those in to make sure that my song gets all its chords that are in it. So yeah, I had the kind of the basic part and then I went through and punched in the parts that changed chords. So yeah, that's where I pretty much started. I don't even think I did any of these accents and punch-ins. I will show those to you guys in a minute, but the next place I went to is just recording the vocal.
I walked the walls till my every bone felt the damage. And I knocked on doors till my hands grew brittle and bruised. Let every scar break my heart till I learned to bend it. Yeah, it hurt me in the moment, but now if I'm being honest,
So yeah, here the main thing was just getting a really good take. And I did cut this directly into Ableton. Yeah, you can even see some of the cuts in here. You know, there's definitely been a lot of processing done on these vocals to make them as in tune as they are. Obviously, I'm not like a super bitchy singer or anything, but when something is this featured, it is actually kind of a little bit challenging, right? Because you don't want everything to sound super tuned and like a robot. If you solo this, it doesn't sound like a robot.
I walk through walls till my every bone felt the damage.
Yeah, you know, but you still keep some of the natural bends when you tune. So that's kind of what I did. Songs like this, I would say it's very nitpicky what you need to do because it's so bare. You can hear everything. I mean, even soloing these vocals, I can hear some of the track kind of leaking through, and I'm like, ugh, I wish that wasn't in there, you know, because I sing in these phones and they're open back. Ideally, I would have sung not in these phones, but you know, you can't go back. And sometimes, the performance is more important than like the sound. So yeah, you know, this is really simple. I really just kind of found these tasty moments to add these guitar accents. So I had like a few little guitar hooks, you know, and this is, you can do this even if you're not a very strong guitar player, because I literally just found the notes. I heard them in my head. The da, da, da. I heard that and I was like, okay, where is this? And I think I literally played one string, and of course I played it twice and put it on left and right. So it sounds nice. Doesn't require a lot of guitar skill though.
Brittle and bruised. Let every scar break my heart till I learn to bend it.
You know, I got the motif from the intro. That one coming in right here.
To bend it. Yeah, it hurt me in the moment, but now if I'm being honest, I'm proud of these eyes, cause they see me through some hardship. Proud of those nights when I didn't think I'd make it. Ooh, even when they feel heavy, I'm proud of every part of me. Proud of these.
Okay, so here we're still keeping it very simple. As you can tell, I'm deliberately not letting myself go crazy with production. And if you guys watch this channel, you know, I do go crazy with productions sometimes. And, you know, here we're really putting the emphasis on the vocals and the lyrics. And if I had any advice to you guys about producing ballads, is that you have to, you know, feature the lyric and the singer more than anything else. So, you know, we've got a little simple cello right here. And then we've got some, what is this? Oh, it's like an atmospheric guitar loop. Interesting. I love that. Kind of just floating. It's really quiet, -13. You know, it's like floating in the background, but it adds dimension, which I really like.
I'm proud of these eyes, cause they see me through them.
Of course, this is really important, these stacks. You know, I really wanted this to be super beautiful because it's Patty. You know, it doesn't get in the way of the vocal. It's not like I'm singing other lyrics or singing lyrics with it. So it doesn't mask it in any way. It just kind of sits under it, which I think is nice.
These lungs for the way they kept me breathing. Proud of how my feet kept me running in the deep end. Ooh, even when they feel heavy, I'm proud of every part of me. I shut my...
Okay, so here we get into a little bit more production. It starts on the second verse. I think it's a perfect place for it to start. I kind of just like envisioned guitar vocal, a verse, adding the cello, adding a little bit of atmospheric stuff, adding some pretty vocals into the chorus. And then, you know, we start to come in with more of a drum. Again, like a very deliberate, dynamic decision.
Still remember how the pain felt, but I never want to change it.
Okay, so we are obviously adding a snare. It's one of those like little wooden guitar taps. Really, it's not even a real snare, but that's the whole point, is to keep it like very nice and simple, really organic. Cute little clap. Also, you know, I don't think this is from a drum machine. This sounds like a real clap. Maybe like a couple of people clapping. It's got some kind of digitalness to it. not a word, but sounds like it's acoustic, and they go nicely together, I think. And then we've got bass, which actually I never did get live bass on this. A lot of the times I kind of like to get live bass on things that are this bare, but I really like this. I think it's Trillion, isn't it? Inside Omnisphere. Yeah. It was so simple. I was just like, I'm just going to keep the sample. I think it works. And then we've got a kick. It's funny. It's actually from a reggaeton drum loop. But it almost makes sense. Some reggaeton has like a lot of acoustic samples. Some other stuff added. What is this? Oh, I see. This is a sampled electric guitar. Just plucks. Just adds a little bit of movement. Again, I'm still being super subtle. I still got all of my, like, you know, all those pretty guitar fills. I'm adding a little bit of piano as well. This I did play, not a real piano, just the VST. I added this specifically too because I almost felt like the song was kind of like the odd man out on my EP, because my EP is so like pop R&B, you know, it has these like very explicit songs on it and all of this stuff, and then there's this like pretty kind of emotional guitar ballad. So I, you know, because a lot of my other songs feature piano, I did add this, and this is also very much like in that folky kind of style. If you listen to Folklore, it isn't all just stringed instruments. There are some pianos there, although is a piano a stringed instrument, or is it a mallet instrument, or is it both? But yeah, you know, I don't remember which VST I used for this, unfortunately. I think it was probably Addictive Keys, I imagine. I was really in the mode of using that one at the time. But yeah, I just have two parts, just chords, and then I have these like small little like 2-note chords on top, just kind of hanging
back till I learn how to carry the weight. But my body and mind are
It's super tiny, you know, just adds a little bit of atmosphere. It's very round sound. The piano, the guitar is very like pointy. You can hear every string. So it works in my opinion. And in the second chorus, it's basically just getting built more.
Cause I'm proud of these eyes, cause they see me through some hot shit. Proud of those nights when I didn't think I'd make it. Ooh, even when they feel heavy, I'm proud of every part of me. Proud of these lungs for the way they...
Yeah, you know, we are keeping the kick and snare and this bass right here, adding actually more rhythm to it, because we have this rhythm here in the verse. Dun, 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 dun. It's just dun, dun, low, da, 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 da. And then here, I think I add eighth notes. I'm pretty sure. Bum, bum, da, 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 da. Yeah, just adding. I think at some point we'll see. I think I add full on eighth, and I was like da 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 da. But I don't think we're there yet. And then I'm adding another kick under it. I see. Yeah. And then we have like a kick top as well. It's basically just the same. Oh, I see what I did. Oh, clever. So I kept the bottom out of this. I just added an EQ that gets rid of, I think it's this fat filter, right? Yeah, I see it. It gets rid of everything on the bottom because I'm replacing everything on the bottom with this other new kick. So just to make it like a little bit more powerful as this part comes in. And then I got like a fake pedal steel right here. What I think this is literally chords of me playing the acoustic with a lot of reverb added, attack rolled off, and also EQ'd. So it's a little bit kind of funky, but I think it's like a really fun fake pedal steel. And I do have a real pedal steel here too. Very high though. I put it up there as like this. You can never tell. Is this a pedal? Yeah, it is a pedal steel. But I made it so teeny that you can't really tell. And it comes off a little bit more. It's just this, like electric guitar part where they're playing on this part of the neck where they're like right there. That's what it kind of sounds like to me with like crazy pedal verb and stuff like that. I do love faking. I do love guitars. I'm not, really a guitar player. Like I play acoustic, but definitely not an electric player. I don't have any pedals or anything. But I do love that art form. And I love kind of finding my own versions of it. With plugins. And we got the cello still, and the piano is still there, and then we've got the atmosphere. Yeah, it's just, oh yeah, it is. This is me actually playing an electric I have here. It's really very much needs maintenance, and I feel like I've been saying that for like 2 years. But I never fix it, so I hardly ever use this guitar, but I think I just wanted that texture under.
Proud of every part of me. I'm proud, so proud. Proud of every part of me. Proud of these eyes, 'cause they see.
Yeah, so this post is definitely like one of the biggest parts of the song. It gets bigger later, but right here is where kind of like everything we're gonna have is coming in. I got this reversed guitar. It's kind of contact guitar. I've got my atmospheres, I got my piano, I got my cello, and I'm getting a lot of like new shakers and things like that. A little wet percussion. Very cool. Wooden hats. Yeah. Actual acoustic hats going on here. Very cool. Yeah, and I've got my lovely fake pedal steel, and my real pedal steel pitched up in my fake pedal steel. And I have this intro melody coming back in because it actually is a vocal melody in this part if you listen.
I'm proud.
So and the acoustic is doubling it, which I think just helps strengthen the melody, They're in songs like this, all the moves are really subtle. We're not going to be like, let's put in a saw and let's put in crazy string going, like we're not going to do anything like that for the genre. So every move has to be like very subtle and deliberate. Otherwise it could sound like tacky or ridiculous, which I don't think this does. I hope it doesn't. So, and we're adding a sub too. Very quiet sub though. I mean, if you heard my other songs, you know that quiet subs is not usually in the vocabulary, but for this, I think it is very much the vibe. Yeah, and then we keep the snare. I think I have a clap in here too. Oh yeah, it's the same. I've got some other ones coming in. So I got like a tambourine hit. Yeah. And another clap. Yeah, so just building it up, and got some new harmonies coming in. And then after this section, we have the kind of like very temporary breakdown just to give the ear a break.
Proud of every part of me. Proud of these eyes, 'cause they see me through some hot shit. Proud of those nights when they didn't think I'd make it.
Yeah, and this is when we get back into it with everything that was in this post is getting back into here. We got some ad-libs going in, like a little bit of extra BGVs. I'm just kind of honestly curious. What all is in here? You could tell that the high part's like way too high for me and it's like wobbling with autotune, but because there's so much going on here, you can't tell. Otherwise I would have like caught it. Yeah, with all of that, like you can't really tell. And then, I'm doubling some of these.
When they feel heavy, I'm proud of every part of me.
Doubling the melody with a higher melody. So I'm not like, whoa, like all over this track, because that would be kind of ridiculous, right? You have to think about the style of ad-libs you're going to do too.
When they feel heavy, I'm proud of every part of me.
If you're ever trying to be a little bit more subtle, kind of a harmonic ad-lib is for sure a way to go. It definitely is.
Proud of me, proud of these lungs for the way they kept me breathing. Proud of how my feet kept me running in the deep end. Ooh. Even when they feel heavy, I'm proud of every part of me. I'm proud, I'm proud.
And then we're back.
Proud of every part of me.
Back to the same vibe as the intro. Yeah, I hope you guys can kind of see what I was trying to lay down here. Picking up what I was trying to lay down. It's definitely songs like this. It's just really all about building the dynamic. You know, you can even see it here, you know, little part. Oh, we added the red bass, added a little bit of the blue drum. Oh, we're adding more. Big part, you know, same kind of big part here, and we're back down. So a lot of it has to do with the dynamics and the vocals, of course. All right, guys, so this is pretty much kind of it. In the longer Gumroad version, I'm definitely gonna kind of get into more stuff. I feel like this was a good basic overview, but I want to get into kind of some of these vocal stacks a little bit more, into how I mix the vocals, really, because I am pretty proud of, ironically, I'm pretty proud of how I mix the song, because I don't usually mix the music I produce, but on this one I think I did a really good job. So I can kind of talk about how I balanced everything out on this and made it all work. And I'm also really excited to talk about the songwriting of this as well, because I do think this is a really good song, and lyrically and melodically it really works for this genre, this kind of ballad vibe. So I kind of want to play you guys a little bit more of this like crappy voice note, well, not crappy, just beginning voice note that I had, and talk about the process of how I got the lyrics, the melodies, everything into the space where it lives currently. Yeah, so if you'd like to see that, I'm gonna link that down below. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, hit subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any videos from me. And at that, I'm going to go. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.